Evening. Welcome to Carol's Books and Story Time. It's not a story tonight. It's a little chat about something that we've just celebrated this week called Halloween. And I'm a bit puzzled about this festival and why it has gained so much popularity. So I decided to do a little bit of research on it, and I've just put together what I found. All right, so I want to share it with you in all sincerity. So if you want to shoot me down, that's fine. I don't mind, but this is what I have found out. Now, over the last few years, we in the United Kingdom, and I'm talking about the United Kingdom here, we've seen a massive change in our festivals at this time of the year. Now, normally at this time of the year, we have, since the Gunpowder Plot in 1605, celebrated the fact that a terrible plot to overthrow the government and blow up the Houses of Parliament was foiled, and our democracy, along with our monarchy, survived. Now, this festival of bonfires and fireworks is celebrated on November the 5th and is known as Guy Fawkes Night or Bonfire Night. And I'll tell you about it probably in my next chat. But over the last 10 years, I've noticed that this festival has become very overshadowed by another festival, which certainly in its present form was not around when I was a child or my children were growing up. Now, over the last few years, we in the UK have seen the shops around this time of the year fill up with fancy costumes, fancy dress costumes of ghosts and ghouls and witches and cats and harlequins and skeletons. And the supermarkets, the markets and the shops have all been selling pumpkins in order that they be carved into jack-o'-lanterns to ward off evil spirits. Not eat, you understand, and pumpkin is amazing to eat. I love it. And all the shops and the markets and the houses are decorated for Halloween. All right, decorated for Halloween. And children get very excited about Halloween parties, going trick-or-treating and dressing up. And as I said, when I was little and my children were little, there was no such festival. So what's it all about anyway? What is this festival all about that's crept into our UK culture? When and where did it start? And why have we in the United Kingdom decided to celebrate it anyway? I went to Facebook Google in order to see if I could discover the origins of what I consider to be an imported festival. And this is what I found out. The celebration in its present form has come from America and is as a result once more a victory for none other than King commercialism. In its present form, it's a mixture of customs and festivals from different lands where people celebrate bringing in the harvest, lighting bonfires and feasting together at the time when autumn slips into winter and the nights become longer and colder. But quite how it has morphed into its present form is beyond me, as is the advent of the little red elf at Christmas. And I think to myself, anything to get money out of the pockets of the very gullible public. So I wanted to find out the true meanings of this festival, the true origins. So my research went deeper. And for those of you who know me well enough, you know that I have a fascination for culture, all cultures, and all folk stories and legends. And I have found so many similar stories around the world that I can only come to the conclusion that originally they all came from one place and were adapted to suit the various cultures. Okay. Also, many similar festivals seem to take place around this time of the year. Now, in earliest times, in the times of the Egyptians, in the times of Noah, in the times, dare I say it, of Adam and Eve, otherwise, in the beginning, there was a festival, and people brought the produce of the field to the holy place, and they gave thanks for the harvest. Now, sometimes this also included a lamb that was absolutely perfect in every way. Now, this tradition appears to have morphed into many other traditions, including the one where people believed that the veil between heaven and earth was very thin on this particular night, and that the souls of the good dead came very near to the place where they had lived on this earth. Now, the following day is called All Souls Day, when people remembered the good people that had died and gave thanks for their good lives. But all of this is a far cry from what we see in this festival today. This festival of thanksgiving for bounty has been turned into something it was never meant to be by a country, dare I say it, trying to make itself a nation out of many people and many cultures that flocked to its shores, each with their own traditions. Now, out of this mishmash of ideas has sprung the Halloween that we know today, when witches ride. Also, another festival, Christmas. Now, Santa, Rudolph, and the Christmas elf reign supreme. And at Easter, the Easter bunny and eggs, they have taken priority. All a far cry from the origins of those particular festivals. Do you know what? I think it's time we executed King Commercialism and took back our festivals and refused to allow the cobbled together customs of a relatively new country to dominate our own traditions, which are steeped in our various countries' traditions and history. Don't you? Bye.